All right, folks, we welcome back to the show Senator Katie Britt, author of God Calls Us to Do Hard Things, Lessons from the Alabama Wiregrass. That's on shelves November 7th. I'm just going to give you a sneak peek, folks. I've read about a third of it, and it is an absolutely super book. Senator Katie Britt, welcome back to the show. As always, I mean, I love reading this book. I'm a person of faith. God plays a big role in my life, apparently a big role in your life. And I got to tell you, I loved reading that book. There's a rumor that you'll be here on set next week to talk about the book. Is that true?
That is, Larry, and I appreciate the opportunity. I think probably now more than ever, we are seeing both in our nation and across the globe that it is time to do hard things. It is time to hit things head on, and it is time to make sure that the next generation has been equipped with the same values that we grew up in, the values that made this country so incredible, those of faith, family and freedom, of resiliency, of liberty. And that's what we're fighting for, not just across the globe, but in each and every home across our nation. And so making sure that we equip that generation with the things that will make themselves and this nation successful is critically important.
Absolutely. You know, 100% right. We'll talk some more about that maybe, on the set. Maybe I'll get you to come on the radio. We can really have a long conversation.
I would love it.
All right, yes, sir. We've got another booking. Senator Britt, but let's go back. You were chairing the Senate Banking Committee meeting the other day, and you brought up, of course, the issue of sanctions or the lack of sanctions. And I wanted to ask you about that because I don't think, I mean, you know, the $6 billion is one thing and money is fungible, as you pointed out. But the whole issue that President Biden has basically ignored the sanctions. Iran sold all this oil to China. This is the financing for Hamas. I mean, I think there are direct relationships here. A leads to B and B leads to C. The Bidens won't talk about it. And I think it's up to the Republicans to talk about it and maybe fix it.
Larry, you are spot on. So let's talk about the things that President Biden won't talk about. First, let's make sure that we name Iran as the largest state sponsor of terror across the globe. We know who is funding these terrorist cells. We know who's funding Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis. It is Iran. They're not only funding them, they are training them. Now, we know how to cut that money off. We have done it before. We saw it through the previous administration. However, this administration has decided to go back to a situational appeasement strategy. They are taking a playbook out of President Obama's book there, where they're going back to think they're going to find some type of moderates in the Iranian regime. I call that a fool's errand. I think we have to go back to maximum pressure. The tools are there for the Biden administration to do that, to essentially dry up the money financially. We've got to put that pressure back on, and that's what that hearing was about. The hearing was to call it as we see it, and to find ways to put this administration on the hot seat and do what they need to do, and that is call Secretary Yellen in before the Banking Committee. I want to see that. I join Ranking Member Scott in his call to do that so that we can ask these tough questions. You know,
I mean, it isn't going to happen, Senator, but interdicting an oil ship, impounding an oil ship on the high seas, or going, you know, they reflagged these ships. It's all phony. They're Iranian-based ships, and they're selling to China for the most part. That's financing the war. I mean, I call it stop a ship, all right? Simple way to communicate. If they stop the ship, that might actually send a message, Senator. And I just wonder if you or one of your colleagues might not just get up and say that. Stop a ship. That'll send a message. Yes, bingo. I mean, really, nothing like that has been done to Iran. Trump did a lot of that stuff. I mean, for heaven's sakes, he took out a military leader. But I'm just saying, you don't want to bomb Iran oil fields? Stop a ship.
That's right, stop a ship. And going back to Trump's maximum pressure posture, there is a reason we did not get in any new wars under the previous administration. That's because President Trump understood peace through strength. That's what we're seeing now. We're seeing total weakness, and we're seeing what appeasement gets you. And I tell you, Israel and the United States of America is counting on us to do more and to be better, and that needs to start today.
All right, terrific stuff. I look forward to having you come up here on set next week. Senator Katie Britt of Alabama, thank you very much, ma'am. We appreciate it.